All right, Hank.
Mr. Chairman, we are live and the floor is yours.
All right, so I have 7:30 exactly, so I'll call the Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, City of Huntington Woods Historic District Commission to order. The first order of business is the approval of minutes. We've got a couple of them, April 3rd and May 24th. We'll probably separate those into two separate motions, or can I do them all at once,
You
Hank?
can do them all at once if you would like.
I'd like to do them all at once if we could. So does anybody have any corrections or comments on the meeting minutes? Okay, hearing none, I'm looking for a motion.
I move that we approve the April 3rd and May 24th, 2023 minutes as submitted.
Can I get a second, please?
Second that.
All right, so all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any
Thank you.
nays or, nope? Okay, all set. So we get to hop right into our application. So tonight we have one, so welcome. This is the matter review for a privacy fence to the Shaw residence at 26590 Dundee. And I think you're the applicants. The floor is yours.
Okay, thanks. I'm Bruce Shaw. This is my wife, Sue Kessler. As you already know, we live at 26590 Dundee Road. We are applying for historic district approval of the, I guess technically removing an old combined chain link and stockade fence and replacing it with a new shadow box fence, which, and I confirmed this with our builder on this past Friday, has the same appearance on both sides. We have, concurrent with our application to the historic district, spoken with all the impacted neighbors and got the final signature yesterday or the day before, emailed everything to Hank this morning. Have a check for $25 here, assuming you're kind enough to grant approval. I have a sample of the wood, if that's necessary. I'm happy to show it to you, bring it up to you. I don't know if there's anything else that you need me to address.
No, that's terrific. So what's going to happen, we're just got a little order where Hank's going to talk about it. We may have some questions and we'll ask them of you, and there's an opportunity for the public to participate as well. So right now, we'll turn it over to Hank.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this point, what they're looking at is a stockade fence. Currently, what they have is a conglomeration of chain link fence and another type of stockade fence, none of which is in great shape. So even though that you can say that, you know, you want to take a look at it, make sure you're not obstructing views and vistas, the fence is already there. The configuration is already there. What they're doing is taking stuff out that you wouldn't be able to repair because it's a conglomeration of both, and starting with a new fence. They do have all the requisite neighbor signatures, which meets our zoning ordinance. And if you take a look at this, let me just run down the standards real quick for you here. One, the use is still the same, so it wouldn't apply. Two, the historic character of the property should be retained and preserved. While the fence may obscure some views, it's in a rear yard and all the neighbors agree, so it won't be obscuring anything from the front. Three, each property shall be recognized as a physical record of its time, place, and use. This doesn't apply as the fence exists, but it's dilapidated in spots. Most properties change over time, says standard 4. Those changes that have acquired historic significance in their own right shall be retained and preserved. This really doesn't apply to fence. Fences are changes, interchangeable parts. They do wear out, they do rust up, and this is something that's normal wear and tear and normal for replacement. Distinctive features, finishes, and construction techniques are example of craftsmanship that characterize the property shall be preserved. I don't also see that applying because the fence is not distinctive. A chain link fence is a chain link fence, and a stockade fence is the simplest kind that you could be. Deteriorated historic features shall be repaired rather than replaced. Where the severity of the deterioration requires replacement of a distinctive feature, the new shall match the old in design, color, and texture, and other visual qualities, and where possible, materials. Replacement of missing features shall be substantiated by documentary, physical, or pictorial evidence. This really doesn't apply because the fence itself is not a historic feature. So what they're doing is they're taking a part that I don't know has been there long enough to even be historic, and they're putting a new fence in, which gives them like a ground zero fresh start. Number 7 addresses chemical and physical treatments, of which none are being used here. And 8, significant archaeological resources affected by the project shall be protected and preserved. I'm sure if Mr. Shaw finds a dinosaur in his backyard, he'll let us know, but other than that, I don't think there's really anything that we need to concern ourselves with. And 9 and 10 really kind of address what standards this would be approved under should you favor the application. New additions, exterior alterations, or related new construction shall not destroy historic materials, again, which I don't believe that they are, that characterize the property. New work shall be differentiated from the old, as it will be because of the type of wood and type of pattern that's going in. And the old shall be compatible in massing, size, scale, and architectural features to protect the historic integrity of the property and its environment. The fence, again, is going in the same way, the same configuration. And 10, the new additions or adjacent or related new construction shall be undertaken in a manner that if removed in the future, the essential form and integrity of the historic property and its environment would be unimpaired. Well, if you take the fence off, you got nothing. It had a fence. You take it off, you don't have a fence. It's still the same, the same thing going back and forth. And again, I did include the guidelines from the city for fences, general statement. You'll see also that we have included a copy of what you see behind you, which is the survey, which also has the notation as to where the fence would be. And also I did include a picture of a shadow box fence in there so that you could see it. So if you have any questions, I'm sure that Mr. Shaw and myself would be happy to answer them. Other than that, Mr. Chair, the floor is yours again.
Perfect. Let's start on my left today. Ed, you're up. Any comments or
I
questions?
just had just one question, and this is just a general question.
Sure.
It's wood. It'll eventually deteriorate too. If you paint it, does that change any of would you have to get new permission from the neighbors?
No. You can paint it. It's a wood fence. Wood fences to have treatments or coloring is not uncommon. With the southern yellow pine and this type of wood, which is pressure treated lumber, typically you can't paint that right away anyway.
Okay, that's all I had.
Jeffrey?
No questions.
Joe?
No questions.
I don't have any questions either. At this point in time, I do see a few members from the audience. If somebody would like to speak about this application, you're more than welcome to walk up to the podium, and all we ask if you could state your name and address. Okay, seeing there's no public participation, we'll close that. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay, so I'm looking for a motion, if anybody would like to propose a motion.
I'll move to grant a certificate of appropriateness to the project as it meets the standards of the Secretary of Interior's guidelines for rehabilitation and would be replacing an existing fence in the same location.
CCB standards
9 and 10. Yep.
I second the motion.
Okay, perfect. Any other discussion needed about the motion? Okay, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we all approved it, so no need to go any further, Hank.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Hank, is there any other business this evening?
Not for this evening, no.
Okay, I'm just going to bring up one thing. Just, again, this seems to be, and I know there's a difference with privacy versus other, but at some point in time, we should review your administrative approval list.
Let's set that up for next.
So, yeah, just
Next month.
do us a favor and send it to us in advance, and then you can add it. We do have one more opportunity for public participation. If anybody would like to bring anything to the commissions, anybody have anything to add? Okay, at this point in time, I'm looking for sometimes our favorite motion.
I
Move
move.
adjourned.
Well, I think I got a 1 and a 2 and a second, so all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. I have, let's see what time, I have 7:39.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
You
much.
just set a record this evening.
We try to be efficient.
Thank you.
Thank you very